So, all right, we're gonna go back to the booth now.
Yeah, you two do that.
Channel switched. User was moved to your channel.
Hey guys, we're back. We found a solution to the problem, and as we were saying before we got rudely interrupted by technical issues that we didn't know existed actually because of the very unique situation that Winty and I are in. But anyway, this is the chart of all the DSRA Daytona 500 winners ever in the history of DSRA. Season 1, Ryan Arnold, of course, won it in his first attempt because that was the first ever Daytona 500. Season 2, the neo-Nazi himself, Zachary Reigns, won it in his first attempt. Season 3, nuclear bombs himself, Ethan Yon, won it in his first attempt. Jerry Cook in Season 4 won it in his first attempt. Kalen, you can carry over from here.
Vani Rodriguez, he won in his fourth attempt. That was the first trend broken. The first time a non-first time attempt had won the race, and it was Devani. But then it quickly picked up with Ryan Santana, who won the race and hasn't been seen since season 6. AJ Rodriguez, he won in his first start in chaotic fashion, still his first win, but I wouldn't rule him out of this one. And Winty won in his 7th total attempt. Anything is possible for anyone in this field, but from the trends, it's looking that it's going to be a first time runner who's going to win this.
All right, so we did have some things planned that we probably couldn't pull off in time, but we're gonna drag our league owner in here, Kyle O'Driscoll, DualShock 80 himself, to kind of just talk to us a little bit about what he's expecting coming into the new season, coming into this first ever race. Kalen, if you'll drag him in here for me, please.
Yep, I just gotta.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Duel. It's interview time, motherfucker.
Oh no.
So, Duel. As the league owner at DSRA, new season here for you, 9th season, 9th Daytona 500. What are you looking forward to, at least in the race in general?
This is definitely going to be one of our more competitive seasons. Definitely, probably on the same level, if not a little bit lower than season 4. So you're going to have a lot of guys that are going to be hungry trying to get this race win. Some guys trying to get their first, second, third, whatever. So definitely not going to be a clean race, that's for sure. You're definitely going to get a few cautions. But every 500, we have managed to at least get one green flag stop in. So it's not going to be a full caution fest, but don't expect it to go flag to flag either.
All right, so the season in general, with this being almost the 10th anniversary season of DSRA, first of all, did you expect it to last this long? And second of all, do you have any predictions for what will go down this season in terms of maybe first-time winners? Do you have an early champion pick, perhaps?
All right. First question: did I expect to make it this long? No. Season 4 should have been the death there, but yet we are somehow so back. We are more back than we are ever before. Championship-wise, it really depends on how the season goes out, because it could be another Diesel Motorsports domination. Mellon could keep up their pace. Another team, one of the new ones, like No Skill Racing, Star Sport, they can turn around and take it. So it's way too early to tell. What I will say, for the season at least, I do want to say keep an eye on them in motorsports cars. They won the constructors and the drivers championship back in season 6, and since then they have fallen off of probably one of the hardest cliffs known to man. Maybe this season's probably the best looking one in terms of a potential rebound, especially if your name is Carl Childress, buddy. Come on, you gotta do it.
You gotta do it, man.
He's gotta do it eventually. But they're usually known as like the Holden or Cadillac guys running their own manufacturer. That's not the case anymore. Soda City Racing is coming out. They've now entered as a Holden entry for this year. So maybe they're starting to branch out a little bit more with the Holden connection. Who knows? But I think more or less, driver championship wise, don't rule out that number 4 car. He's won the last 2 back to back. He might do it a third time this season. This is his first 500, but season wise, he's definitely going to be one of the cars to beat.
Kalen, anything from you?
Yeah, so with this being the Daytona 500, tempers are gonna fire, obviously. But do you think it's going to continue this streak of ending under a controversial finish?
I wouldn't say don't expect the race to finish under green. The rule is we do not have any point of no return here. The race can end under caution, and with how aggressive they get toward the end, more likely or not, they will not be racing to the checkered. It will be behind the pace car. So they've got to be careful on on when and how to be aggressive, because any of those laps could basically be the last one. But you also don't want to cause said accident that ends that race prematurely. Last year was actually a wreck in the back that caused that result, which gave Winty his first Daytona 500 win. With how more aggressive and competitive this pack is, as apart from last season, maybe that wreck's going to happen up towards the front. These guys are going to be pushing a little more. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive, making some risky blocks, some more aggressive moves to the outside. I would say that might be for the win where that goes down.
All right, well, we'd like to chat some more, but it is time for qualifying, so we'll let you go to do your awesome adminning
I
things.
gotta get
Thank you
out of
for
here.
your
User left
time,
your channel.
and let me mute him before he starts speaking. We do have an interview scheduled for Winty, but I think we'll knock that out here in happy hour. It is qualifying time, ladies and gentlemen. I need to get on and off the track here. And we will rejoin you here shortly when the field themselves has qualified.
We have only 28 people connected to.
And the sharpness of your thorns so vibrate in the imperfections. In the pain there's something real. All that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold that severed world. But hate will always grow. There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days, all I do is wonder, is about another we could start again. 'Cause in the pain there's something real. All that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold. Oh, that's severed world. But hate will always grow.
Ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is over. We will give you a quick rundown here of the qualifying order. Garson Young is qualified on pole, which I believe is his first pole here at the Daytona 500. Jeff Dixon has qualified in P2, his debut as well. So that trend of first-time attempts winning the 500, well and strong right there. Zach Armstrong, P3. Jonathan Zales, P4. Jelani Howell has qualified in P number 5. We do have one more pre-race interview lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen, and that is last season's Daytona 500 champion, Winty Wolf. Kalen, get that motherfucker in here.
Yep.
User was moved to your channel.
Hi, Squidward.
Get me out of here.
So, despite those few technical issues we had there at the start of the stream, here we are. And you have qualified yourself P16 out of 18 cars that attempted to qualify. You're kind of in the back there with Carl, though. So, you won this race last season. So you know how to get to victory lane here. You've won twice in DSRA. You're a DSRA champion, for fuck's sake. How do you plan on doing it this time? Do you want to go for the win again, or are you trying to help out your teammate go for it instead?
I'm definitely gonna try and go for it, and I'm gonna see if I can get another lucky pit stop like last season.
Kalen,
Yes.
do you have any questions for our defending Daytona 500 champion?
Not really. I have full faith in him. I think that he doesn't really need to have any questions. He's always proven that he can show up at these kind of tracks.
All right. So you yourself, as a driver, do you have a prediction? Do you have a pick on who you think is going to win today? Someone that isn't you.
I think Kyle.
Kyle Watson.
I think he's proven himself. He can win almost everything. This is the last thing he's got to win, really. I think he can do it.
All right. There you have it, folks. Winty Wolf, Season 6 DSRA champion, Season 8 Daytona 500 champion. Don't ask him what he does in his free time. Good luck on the race today, buddy.
User left your channel.
So
User
there you
was
have it.
moved out of your channel.
Oh.
User joined your channel.
So there you have it, folks. The field is set. The drivers are ready. We are not Freddy. Unfortunately, we are not Freddy Krueger. So, Kalen, who do you have here, just before the race, before the green flag drops here, who do you have as your pick for winning this race?
It's a long shot. I mean, he's sitting down 17th right now. He is a total, 17 spots away from the race win. But anything can happen. Miracles can happen. Carl Childress is going to walk away with it in the most chaotic fashion.
He had a really strong run at Talladega last season, unfortunately getting caught up in a wreck there with less than 20 laps to go. I have to go with Carl Childress as well. If there's any race, if there's any shot he has to win this season, this is his first one. His next one is at Talladega, all the way at the end of the season.
For Carl Childress, the speedways, maybe. Short tracks, not likely. Road courses, forget about it. Light tracks, we got to feel him.
Fear the man in the number 88. God damn it, I'm sick.
Tristan Grace, he is fucking phasing into the
He
wall
is
right now.
in the wall, leading the timing screens as they go. We'll go down the rest of the qualifying order for you guys here. P6 are defending series champion, two-time and back-to-back champion, Kyle Watts. P7 is June. What's their last name? I don't know. They're in here as Goon. P8, you have Friesen Rodriguez on number 17. P9, the number 9, Skylar Calridge. Pretty strong driver last season. Took the fight to Kyle Watts many times. P10 is Nico Servideo. Take over.
P11 is Kez Hillier. Kez Hillier has been in the series for quite a while. Tristan Grace is sitting back there in P12. He is a good restrictor plate racer. We're going to have to watch out for him. Landon Lyle making his Daytona 500 start today. Soup Racer 69. We're going to have to see. He's going for his first Daytona 500 win. Dan Wilkins, he's making the field today. Winty Wolf, last season Daytona 500 champion, Season 7 DSRA champion. We're going to have to see if he's going to pull off a miracle today and walk away with the win. Carl Chovis is also over here running at P17 with Thomas Rosenfeld, the last person to set a time, running P18.
The rest of the field includes the likes of Thomas Troxel, Ethan Mingalelli, Jerry Cook, Kirsten Bell, Santiago Flores, Daniel Rodriguez, Joda Harrison, and Cam Smith, rounding out the field of, I believe, 26 cars today, starting the great American DSRA race. Yeah, that thing. As you can see, I
Make,
don't care. I'm fucking
making
sick.
NR 2003 great again.
Hell yeah. One dumb race and dumb stewarding call at a time. The drivers are wrecking it up. We need to get on and off the track to speed things up here. Because we are about to go racing here for the start of the 9th DSRA season.
If you get near the 41 car, say a prayer. He may only be in cockpit for all we know. I'm just saying.
I do need to fucking mute Jerry, goddammit. I forgot to do it. Maybe Carl too, because I know Carl has like a whisper to all the admins.
Yeah.
The field of 26 cars grinning up here behind the beautiful Papyrus pace car. I don't think... Was there a pace car file I needed to download? I don't know.
Potentially, but it's a little too late now.
Who cares? My graphics look like shit because my computer is shit. I'm shit. Kalen's Canadian, so that's all you need to know about him.
I'm shit number 2.
We are gonna have some fun. There's the command with my default fucking sound pack looking ass motherfucker.
And we're gonna watch all 26 cars roll off the starting grid. Once again, Garson on pole with... Fuck, who's second? with
That guy!
Jeff Dixon. We're about to see potentially a chaotic start, or we're going to see one of the most clean starts of our lives. We're about to find out
The
as
top
we're getting
three
ready.
are all completely different manufacturers. Toyota,
Yeah.
Ford, and Dodge. The next Chevy is... God, where's the next Chevy? Fucking P10. The first Holden is P11. And it's not a mid motorsports Holden. So let that sink. There's a car in the
Somebody's
wall
in the
already.
wall.
Oh my goodness. Wow, okay.
Oh my god.
You might use up a restart here. The green flag is
As-
out. Season 9 is underway.
Jeff Dixon leads the way at the line.
Jeff Dixon a good start at the restart zone there. Side by side into turn 1 here. Garson Williams going to hang on to the position. So far, so good. All clean, all good. Some cars in the outside lane starting to fall back. The driver's going to try and start single file out here, try and ride out all these 50 laps.
We're seeing probably the most chaotic part of the race right here, the start. Nobody has an idea for who's a good pusher, who's a good person at getting pushed. This is all experimentation right here. And you're about to see some people make either friends or enemies.
Car on the
As
wall
there's
in the
some guy
back
on the
there.
wall.
It's the Soda City Racing, I believe, machine. As Garson Milyoung leads the first lap of the season, the race is official. We will not restart this. We're going all the way. Garson Milyoung down on the bottom with Zach Armstrong starting to pull a little bit of a lead on the inside line. Jelani Howell, known as pretty aggressive plate racer. We got a car spinning in the back.
Coming.
Oh, below over from there. That is number 41 to Dan Wilkins. I did not download his car. Thomas Schroxel in the pit road. I don't believe he made the start at all. I don't think we got a caution there. Garson Milyoung continues to lead the race there. Zach Armstrong in P2. He has not won a race yet either. We talk a lot about Carl not winning any races. Zach Armstrong has not won anything either. As Thomas Schroxel makes his way back onto the track. Zach Armstrong, beloved driver. He's finished P2 many times in his DSRA career. So we're looking forward to see what he can do this season.
And even last season, he had a streak. How many races where he finished 7th? It was
A lot.
insane, the consistency. We can see they're trying to form an outside line. That is a bit optimistic. We're about to see if that can work out too well, but it hasn't necessarily worked out in the past.
You need a lot of cars, you need a lot of coordination to make the outside lane work here in Daytona, especially with the kind of package that DSRA runs, which has been perfected over many seasons. So where the outside lane can still be competitive, but you need to organize yourself up there fast. Kyle Watts, you can see right there running third on the outside line, our defending series champion. Running pretty good so far in his first Daytona 500. Hasn't wrecked it yet, 4 laps in out of 50. So
Jeff
far,
Dixon,
so
he's
good.
making up ground.
Outside lane might finally be forming up there. You can see Jerry Cook there in the 0. Sitting
If
pretty on the
I'm
top.
Garson, I'm moving up to the outside lane if they get up past Zach. There's just no way I'm staying with that inside lane if they get that much momentum. As the leader, you dictate the pace.
Jerry hitting the outside line, the outside wall there. The outside lane might start to fall apart a little bit there. The car's still sitting pretty in formation. Nothing too crazy has happened so far. No caution just yet. As they make their way down the backstretch.
Is Jeff gonna get there before the corner? He's there.
Side by
He's
side
gonna
there
lose
with
it.
the 09.
He had barely a front bumper on the bumper of Garson Muyang. It's gonna be definitely interesting to see if he can finally grind his way past them.
And T. Wolf has made his way through the field quite nicely, sitting 6th, I believe, on the outside line.
Again,
Wants
you
to get
always
to the
got to look
front.
out for him.
Get to the front fast.
Oh, and Carl Childress, he's moved up to 13th.
Oh, hell
He
yeah,
is-
man.
He is also making ground. He is not waiting for anyone right now.
Side by side at the front now. The outside lane is formed up, and they are there. Jeff Dixon and Garson Muyang side by side here in Daytona, with help there from the number 14 and Kyle Watts.
There's a bit more organization on the inside line, so we're about to see if the outside line will continue moving or if they're going to slowly lose cars to the inside.
Jeff Dixon led that lap there by only a fraction of a second. Fraction of a hundredth, actually. Wow, that is very close. You see Thomas Troxel there on the apron. Multiple laps
tough
down
start for
already.
him.
Very tough start there, but anything can happen here in Daytona. We have had an average caution count of 4.125 in the previous 5 races.
That was Cam Smith. Cam Smith spun out in turn 3.
And there goes another driver. Another one has hit the dust. We're still green. The outside lane has cleared the inside lane. The inside lane seems to have a lot more drivers.
Really good. Yeah, the outside lane, they're just so close together compared to that inside line. There's like gaps of like a car width in that inside line. That's
They've
not how you make
built
speed.
momentum very well.
I mean, look at that. There's a gap between Skylar Carwoods and Winty. Or not Winty, June. Carson fighting back on the inside. Let's see if he can get this lap led. Not quite.
It's all about being patient here at these tracks. Everybody wants to get to the front. But that's the kind of mentality you need to have. You need to be careful and make sure you picking your moves, picking where you place your car, because one wrong move can cost your race and everybody's race around you. The last thing you want is to be making enemies so early on in the season. So right now, everybody's riding around, riding chill, nice, respectful.
Yeah, especially at like Daytona. We've seen so many times as racing in this where you just lose a bit of track position and you're like on the like backhand of the remainder of the race trying to make all that back up. This race is probably the most track position oriented race as the inside line has collapsed.
Entirely to the outside. First was the inside line with some pretty good coordination. There's a big server warp there from everybody. The outside line has made their ground and has staked their claim, leading the Daytona 500 here, lap 10 of 50. So far, so good.
Oh,
As
they're moving to the inside.
Jeff Dixon makes his way to the inside there with Kyle Watts.
Kyle Watts, he has something to show for it. Nothing to prove, but everything to show at this moment. He wants to not only be the first back-to-back champion, but to be the first back-to-back champion to win the Daytona 500.
That is correct. If I'm right, I believe Winty is the only series champion with a Daytona 500 win.
Yes.
Oh,
you
and a
are.
car goes
And
around to
there's
the
no
back!
spin.
Big crash behind them. Caution is certainly going to come out.
Caution is out.
That is Friesen Rodriguez going around the number 17. It's got a flat left front tire as the drivers will race back to the line here. Single filing out, jockeying for position. It's going to be Jeff
like
Dixon
Jeff
leading at the
Dixon.
line. We talked about it so much, the patience of these drivers. But one small mistake, one small slip up like that can cause something that honestly could have been much worse. We've seen much worse here at this track, and we will show you that with a replay here shortly. All right, so here's Friesen and Rodriguez. They're sitting in 7th at the scoring line. It was Winty. Winty tagged him there. Came Jeff Dixon only hitting the 0 that time. That could have been so much worse for Friesen. Let's go on board with our defending Daytona 500 champion and see what it looked like from his perspective. Goes for the middle. Cute little tag there of the quarter panel.
And a very
send him
optimistic
around.
move.
Go on board here with the 0 of Jerry Cook, who was also involved in that. Immediately on the brakes, but nothing he could have done. 17 sliding down onto him. Quite unfortunate indeed. There originally is
Oh, we had some contact on pit road between Kirsten Bell and Winty. She just turned in, going to a pit stall, acted like he wasn't there.
is the race off pit road there. Jeff Dixon continuing to lead the pack. Zach Armstrong lost a lot of ground there on that first pit cycle.
Also, we're getting reports Thomas Troxel will be given his laps back, as what he had happened in the earlier bit was a wheel malfunction, so they're going to be granting him his laps back.
You said Winty was in pit road, yes?
A little bit ago.
Okay, because he is well and out of the pit road there. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage. He's got no damage on his car, actually. Very, very clean first wreck of the day. Nothing crazy happened in that one.
The number 3 is taking the claim and will be in the OL.
Dropping straight to the back there. DSRA's claim system has gotten a lot stricter since the last time we were here at Daytona. We used to run a 3-claim, a 3-strike system. We now run a 2-strike system. Winty's on his first strike, which sends him to the back of the field. If he claims or is deemed at fault for an incident, again, he will be ejected from the session.
I believe he's gonna pit in order to get that EOL. Maybe get a bit more fuel to make it. Yep, he's pitting.
And this is an effort to clamp down on drivers not taking accountability for their actions as he comes straight into his box there. Taking some tires and fuel. Jerry, Joda, and I don't know who that other car is, coming down pit road as well. Santiago Flores. Another fun fact for you lot watching the stream, Winty Wolf and Jerry Cook are the 2 Daytona 500 champions in the field, as a matter of fact. Nobody else in the field has won the Daytona 500. Winty obviously being the defending 500 champion winner, and Jerry making his first attempt at winning the 500 since he won it in Season 4. So, Two drivers looking
think
for glory once again.
I think that Jerry is definitely going to be contending for this. But again, Kyle Childress, he's up to P13. We could see him try something. I mean, the outside line did gain a lot of momentum. Let's see him. Let's see if he'll jump up with them again this time. Again, DSRA does single file restarts. It's in order to clamp down on a lot of chaotic restarts. Could this be an opportunity or a curse for Kyle Childress here?
Pace lights. The lights on the pace car are off, so we are going to be going green this time. Winty is making his way back onto the field with Jeff Dixon in his number 02 Pennzoil Ford leading the way. Kyle Watts in second. Number 14, I still need to learn all the numbers for the drivers. Jonathan Solo is in P3. Garson Muyong, our pole sitter, sitting in P4. Landon Lyle making his, I think, his second Daytona 500 start, sitting in P5. You have Soup, Jelani, June. I believe that is Nico Servideo and Zach Armstrong rounding out the top 10. Pace car makes his way onto pit road. The field in control of Jeff Dixon as the green flag flies once again. Lap 14 of the Daytona 500. Soup immediately jumping to the outside line there with
Ooh.
Zach.
People are jockeying for position right there. We just saw two drivers go all the way down to the bottom line in order to try to pass one another. This is definitely going to be a chaotic start to the restart.
A lot of cars sitting pretty here, single file. These top 5, not really DSRA regulars, these guys, except for Kyle Watts there, so.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when SHI was leading at Dago, where all 4 cars were just pulling away from the field.
Jeff Dixon falling out of line there a little bit. Kyle Watts lets him back in. Jonathan Solos almost comes down on the 70.
It's getting a little chaotic here.
Something's up with that one car, because for some reason he's leading by 20 seconds.
Kyle Watts, he has been left out for dry. He's just going to fall all the way to the back of this line with Jonathan Solos. Nope, Jonathan Solos finds an opening. Oh.
Muyong looking to the outside. Jelani looked like he wanted to go with him for a moment.
It's just going to be a lot of jockeying for position right now. People do not want to go out and commit to the outside line because they're just seeing car after car just go up there and fall.
A couple of cars starting to go up there. Hollows joins Muyong and Howell on the top. That outside lane starting to form up here finally after 2 laps since the restart. Nico Servideo looking a little bit squirrely there, as a matter of fact. The number 18, Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet SS. Big server warp once again.
As a group of cars go down to the bottom line, the outside lane has once again
Carl
dissolved.
Childress, no! He's been left out to dry.
Again, it's either a blessing or a curse for Carl, but Carl's going to have a huge run from 3 cars back. So we're going to be seeing maybe him find a gap in the inside line, hopefully, or he'll just continue to fall back because of the lack of support as another huge warp happens.
Yeah, this is the thing about running a server on a 20-year-old game. It's not really reliable, even if the person running it has some of the best internet. And is known to host many servers for NF 2003. Jerry Cook, the man, the myth, the legend himself. Landon Lyle shooting to the outside line. Trying to get past Jeff Dixon. He's got no help. Kyle Watts going up to the top with him. Maybe no. Straight back down to the bottom. Landon Lyle left out to dry. That outside lane is starting to form up, though. Jelani was leading it. Now it's Landon.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see some interesting racing here. It will all depend how aggressive Jelani will push. He's a known aggressor on pushing. He will push as hard as he can, and even in corners, which in this 20-year-old game is not ideal.
Do not mid-corner bump draft for the love of God.
Is that Kyle Watts who jumped out on the outside?
Yep, Kyle Watts now leading the outside lane. That inside lane is starting to fall apart. Jeff Dixon goes to the top. Landon Lyle left out to dry. I don't know what he was thinking going to the outside of Kyle Watts. He's going to fall all the way to the back now.
Bit optimistic from him.
3 Toyotas leading that outside line.
Bit optimistic, but he hasn't lost as much ground as... Oh, they're wrecking.
That's a car on the wall there. Garson Muyong They're
Oh,
still alive. Wow, incredible driving from these drivers.
Garson. Oh, he's still not up to speed. He is very slow right now.
He has lost the pack, and not only that, there is a lapped car in front of the leaders. The number 81 there of Cam Smith.
All right, it's now up to Cam. He has to pick his line and just stick to it. He can't make any erratic moves, or the leaders might just hit into him. If I was him, even like they're coming at me, I'm going all the way down to the apron.
This has been one of the quicker Daytona 500s we've had so far. We're on lap 21 here at 50,
You
almost
gotta
halfway.
knock on wood. You gotta have to knock on wood for that one.
My desk is made of wood, so fuck you. I'll go knock on Winty's desk too, because his desk is painted wood. Mine's painted carbon fiber.
Kyle Watts working to the inside. Oh, he barely gets in there.
He's got June behind him now. The 0-2 has Jelani Howell.
And for the first time since the start of the race, a new leader will be in Kyle Watts.
Kyle Watson pressing in his first start here in the Daytona 500. Carl Childress has made his way into the top 10. He's up to 7th now. Sitting pretty on that outside line.
Yeah, he's also the 5th car on the outside line.
Carl Childress is not messing around here in the Sminner stage of the race. There's Cam Smith. There's the field. What does Cam Smith do? Please go on the apron, buddy. Get the fuck out of there. Please.
He is going 16 miles an hour slower. Ooh. Okay, all the way to the wall.
All the way to the wall
there.
there. Let the lead pack by. First car lap down, so if we do get a caution, he will be the first car to regain his lap.
And Kyle Childress up to 6th position right now.
Jerry Cook shooting down into the bottom there.
Jerry's seeing the run up coming from the inside line. He wants to be a part of that. He does not want to be the 6th car in line on the outside. He wants to be the 2nd car in line on the inside.
If Carl Childress can get a little bit of momentum there, and that's, I called it. Straight down to the bottom goes Carl. He's now leading the inside line. The run is coming and it's coming fast. Kyle Watts has to make a decision. He's going to stick to his buddies on the top line. He's going to defend the bottom. We're going to find out as the 12 now goes into the bottom.
I think the inside line might be a bit
Three
too
wide.
disorganized right now. Ooh,
3
it's gonna be a
wide,
tight
Jerry
fit.
Cook in the middle. If there was any momentum being built by any of those lines, it's being broken now as he's side drafting. You can't side draft an NR, but it's there. Number 14 is Solos. Carl Childress has the 7 and the 18 behind him. As the
Just
inside lane has
line is
fallen
completely
apart.
broken.
A lot of cars warping car on the wall there in the back. As we approach halfway here in the Daytona 500.
Oh,
Ooh, okay, buddy. A bit crazy, don't you think there?
Late move.
Is that Thomas Troxel made his way to the front as well. He was multiple laps down after the last caution due to a wheel malfunction. That's the thing about these sim races, all right? There's a lot of things that could go wrong in a real car. In sim racing, if your wheel completely malfunctions, you can't do anything. In a real car, if the wheel malfunctions, well, you still got the brake, the throttle, the clutch. You know, you still got all that. In sim racing, if your wheel malfunctions, more likely than not, the whole thing malfunctions. So,
Yeah, it's a very unfortunate scenario. Sometimes a wheel can malfunction in a way where it just goes straight on the throttle and turns right. It makes no sense, but it's happened several times.
Jerry Cook shooting to the bottom with a massive run now. Jelani Howell goes down with him as well, pulling a massive block there on the 18. Sorry, the 10 of Troxel.
Jerry Cook, is that him in the lead?
That's him 10,
Yes, it
side by
is.
side. Takes the lead away from Watts.
Again, just Jerry showing his experience. He moved to every single line on this track as they
A lot of
get really
cars wobbling in the back.
They keep it together.
Winty now in the middle of 3 wide. He's got a gap. He goes for it. Everything's back to normal.
I mean, Jerry just showing his experience. He went from, what, like 7th at one point, down to the inside, down back up to the top side, and then he just took the lead. Like, how did he even get through everyone?
Just showing the veteran of the sport, one of the OGs here in DSRA, and one of the better drivers in Inter 2003 at the moment. So, showing his prowess.
Oh, they're getting a bit squirrely on exit again. They're getting very aggressive. They're going 3 wide on the extra 4 now.
The question becomes now, because we don't have a war correspondent on the track. I mean, I could go ask Gwinty myself, but can they make it on fuel after that caution?
I think it's gonna be a no.
Let me yell at Winty real quick. Can you guys make it on fuel? He didn't answer. He stopped talking the second I mentioned asking him. What the fuck?
Oh, Kyle Childress is also at the P3
What the?
right
Wait,
now.
where did he come from? Wait, what?
Kyle Childress, he's surprising everyone right now. He's running with the big dogs.
He ain't fucking around.
Last season, he claimed he was on his Illinois. Maybe now is when his huge warp.
Oh my
Ooh.
goodness, Jerry, get your shit together, man. Oh, big crash at the
big
back!
one.
What the fuck just
Oh.
happened?
Nico
The big one has
Servidio's
happened.
involved.
Soup's in it.
Dyson.
Servidio's in it as well. Zach
Kirsten
Armstrong,
Bell.
no. A plow there from the
Hilliard.
46.
Oh. Lots of damage.
The big one at Daytona. Approaching 21 laps to go.
And Jerry
Cam
Cook
Smith
will
is in
get
it.
the race back. Oh my god. What car?
I think the
Man.
70 was in the fence. We'll take a look here shortly. So, we're looking at the number 70 of Garson Muyoung. The server warp happens, and there goes the field in the fence. The 70. Oh my goodness, the big one.
It was,
It was netcode with the
It's-
18.
yeah, 18, unfortunately, just innocent bystander in all of this. Netcode's into the 70. And then just a big one happens because of this.
Netcode absolutely infamous and synonymous with sim racing, especially nowadays if you don't know what netcode is. Basically, the way that the servers calculate where the cars are, it's not exactly where it is. It runs a calculation, right? And when we have moments like this where the server warps out like that, the calculations can be wrong. And so at some point, it might show you might be closer to the car in front than you think you are. You hit the car, and boom, you have issues like this. iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Le Mans Ultimate, NR 2003. Any sim you go to, you will have netcode, and things like this will happen on board with the 18.
I mean, that netcode is very notorious for iRacing, and this is the predecessor of iRacing, so it's no surprise we're having these issues even 20 years ago.
I think the 3 made it through the wreck.
Really? Did he?
He was right behind Servideo.
Oh my god.
On board with the 3.
A rookie streak for Lindy right now.
Missed it by that much. Let's see, who else was in that one? Soup. Everyone's favorite can of soup. Huge damage to the rear end of that car after that accident. I don't think we'll be seeing much out of the 69 this race. That's his attempt at the Daytona 500 over. He's been here for a while now as well, on board.
Been to all but one, hasn't he?
That's both Mellon Cup cars out of the race involved in that wreck. The 09 and the 69, they have not won the 500 at all. Victor's been here ever since the inception of DSRA, and he has not won the Daytona 500. Unfortunately,
couldn't attend this due to personal circumstances, but maybe he's happy he won't attend this race after seeing the bad luck MCR has been having.
Both the 09 and the 69 have really bad rear end damage. On board here with the 09. Watching this whole thing go down. I believe a car warped into him as well. Very, very unfortunate circumstances. The 09 in the pit road there, I believe, for repairs. They're doing a pretty good job of repairing that car, actually. Seep's back on track. As cars are down pit road here. With ladies and gentlemen, Carl Childress is leading. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. Carl Childress is leading.
It'd be interesting to see how he'll perform. I mean, first time he's leading the Daytona 500, who knows how long. It's
He did
definitely gonna
qualify
be,
on pole in the first Daytona 500.
maybe it would be interesting to see if he can win in the 9th.
Both
mean,
mid
hey.
motorsports cars are in the top 3, actually. That's Winty in 3rd. So we're going to take a look at the trends here. All right, we got trends. And I'm not going to do the stupid Larry Mack impression, even though I know Duel wants me to do it. The caution record suggests that, of course, there's going to be a handful. As I mentioned before, 4.125 average rate of cautions across all the Daytona 500s. And in the previous 5 races, the caution has come out with 10 laps to go or less remaining in the race, with a couple of our 500s ending under caution. As Duel stated in the pre-race, it is expected that we're not going to finish this race under green. These drivers are really aggressive, as you can. Although to be fair, these cautions have not been caused by aggressiveness. They've been caused by mistakes, or this last one, a server issue. So we are yet to see what. Oh God, I'm sick. God damn it.
The cars are coming to the green this time by Carl Childress leads the way as we go back under racing here in DSRA.
No Schlenket restart zone this time? No Schlenket restart zone this time? They're 3 wide already. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Unfortunately, the Strike restart zone is an exclusive to Martinsville.
Understood there. Jeff Dixon all the way in the back. They're making contact. They're 3 wide. Soup's in the wall. Kemp Smith hits him. They're wrecking again. Around goes Soup. The caution's going to come out once again. Oh my goodness. Caution is out. Soup is no luck. Absolutely no luck for the 69. What are we doing, guys?
And
Carl
Kyle
Childress
Watts-
is left out to dry.
Kyle Watts is going to once again lead the Daytona 500 this time.
There's a third one. We're still scheduled for one more.
Well, I would like to say, while just waiting here, thank you to Victor for putting that beautiful trends list together. I once again, unfortunately, couldn't be here today, but his dedication to DSOA is very much appreciated. Thank you, Victor.
All right, we're going to take a look at the replay here shortly.
Cautions breed cautions.
All right, so here's Jeff Dixon. 3 wide on the restart. Makes contact there with, I forgot whose car that was, Dan Wilkins, I believe. And that just sends Soup into the wall. Contact with the 81 sends him around. And there goes Soup. Poor Soupy. He deserved better.
A very, very unfortunate turn of events. Just nowhere to go for Soup. I mean, again, Soup, one of the nicest guys in the field, in a very competitive racer, but unfortunately, it just is not his night tonight. What went from bad to worse.
Although, to be fair, he didn't really hit any other cars. He might have a little bit of damage on the right side, but...
Yeah, but it's just going to compound his damage he already has.
He might still be alright as he comes down pit road. A lot of cars. That honestly might have helped out a lot of cars that weren't going to make it on fuel.
I mean, I don't think anybody here can make it. I mean,
Kyle
25
Watts
laps.
and Winty are a lot of cars stayed out on track. Kyle Watts, Winty, Carl Childress being some of the more notable ones. You know what? Let's see if we can dial up the number 3. Drag that motherfucker in here.
Yep. It's
User was moved to your channel.
Hi, Winty.
Hi.
you are the war correspondent. Can we make it on field?
Yes.
All right, you answered this time.
Somehow,
Do you not hear me yelling through the vent?
I can hear everything you're saying
Okay. So why didn't you answer when I asked if you could make it on fuel?
because I'm locked in.
Completely fair.
talking.
All right. So that first big wreck happened right in front of you. What did you see? What were you
User
what were you
joined your
thinking
channel.
when that who's in here?
Cars.
Who joined? Is it Duel?
Mhm.
Duel, I have you muted so that way I don't have to hear your whispers every 50 seconds.
He said check the.
Kalen, you fell out.
chat. I know.
Check what?
Check the game chat.
User left your channel.
What am I checking?
Can I be moved back now? I need to scheme with
Yes.
my fellow driver.
Yeah. Good.
Kyle.
Yeah. All right. I'll bring you back over.
User
Certified
left your channel.
scoreboard moment.
User was moved out of your channel. User joined your channel.
Oh, hey, look, Victor's in here.
Hey, Victor. A little too late to be here, unfortunately. But
He's here.
it's nice to see him.
Less on the pace. Certified scoreboard moment. Yeah. Scoreboard. What did you prefer, Carl? Scoreboard.
All right, Winty, the defending Daytona 500 champion, lining up P3, but something even crazier, his teammate Carl Childress just 2 positions behind him.
Winty's in.
We might.
We have our defending series champion and our defending Daytona 500 champion at the front.
I mean, Carl Childress definitely is hungry for that, but Winty wants to be the first back-to-back Daytona 500 champion and the first repeat Daytona 500 champion. I think if it comes down to it, he is giving Carl no favors despite being a teammate and team owner to Carl.
And a good friend.
Well,
fucking
bit.
Star Wars, and he was a good friend.
That last bit is very questionable, but
I mean, especially
friend-
especially if the guy you consider a brother fucking chops off all your limbs after you jump over him. I mean, he
Is
did
it
say he had the
okay-
high ground. He had the high
it o-
ground.
yeah, but is it okay if he murders a bunch of children?
I mean, they had it coming. They had it coming.
Yeah, they called him master.
Also, I'm still in the fucking Discord chat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized that. I'm like, wait, I'm deafened. Why is that
Giovanni
green?
calling somebody to be hanged.
All right, well, peak DSRA is back, ladies and gentlemen. We have death threats. Let's go.
This is what it's all about: death threats and lag.
Pace car comes off. Kyle Watts leading us to the green. Green flag back in the air. Winty with a really good jump on the start. Gives Kyle Watts a nudge. But you don't want to get too far ahead here in Daytona. What applies in real life also applies in this 20-year-old sim. If you get too far in front, the cars behind you will get a run, and good luck from there.
Especially with the chassis they're running. I believe they're running chassis free, so chassis free does give way more momentum on the straightaways. They're running upwards in the back of the pack of 220 miles an hour, while the front leaders are running 215 at points.
Crazy high speeds. Carl Troll just shooting to the outside line. There goes Winty as well. He's thinking about it in the middle. No!
Oh, very, very late decisions. Carl does let him in. Oh, then you see him lose it.
Mid Motorsports is leading the outside line. They're looking for a resurgence. They have not had a good last few seasons since they won the championship so long ago. But here they are now. They were leading the outside line at the Daytona 500, but now the number 2 there, I believe Santiago Flores, leads the way.
First
Joda
time we've
Harrison.
seen Santiago this entire race.
That's Joda Harrison, my apologies. But same thing
Oh.
goes. We have not seen that man at this entire race. That's Santiago on the inside? Hold on.
Yes.
Where
These
did he
two
come
cars have
from?
been playing the strategy game this
Rosenthal's
entire
there
time.
too. Hold on. I'm playing the long game.
They understood that there was going to be a lot of wrecks. They kept out of it. They have not been involved in any of the wrecks, so they are just going to cruise through the field potentially.
Winty almost got turned there. Oh, and a big wreck behind!
Oh,
Another one goes
car.
around. It's Friesen. The Jeff Dixon's in the wall as
Oh.
well. Caution comes out once again here in Daytona. Approaching 10 laps to go. Oh my goodness, guys.
Oh my god, as Jeff Dixon has an unsafe remerge right behind because of a tire going down.
They're still racing back, though. We won't look at that replay just yet. The entirety of the Mid-Motorsports gang has fallen to the rear. Winty Wolf and Carl Childress at the back now. Kyle Watts, more likely than not, going to win the race back here.
Oh, not if he makes a weight block here. Oh, going to the
Close
line.
racing. There were
it is
3
Kyle
wide there at the
Watts.
line. Kyle Watts will lead it. 10 laps to go, and they can make it on fuel. Let's take a look at that
I mean,
replay.
Remember, uh-oh.
Welcome back. That's Jeff Dixon behind the number 17. And contact once again from the 0-2.
A very ambitious free wide movement right there.
Cam Smith gets into the 17 as well. We'll go on board here with the number 0-2. There was a huge checkup actually from the pack. Jeff Dixon shot it 3 wide, and I mean, not the smartest decision, if I do
They're
say
little
so
ambitious. Some people seem to think that because they have the momentum, they should always take it. This is kind of the situation where you gotta think, was it worth it?
On board with the 81 of Cam Smith, who's all the way back here actually. On the brakes, on the brakes, on the brakes, and there's the 17.
Nothing you could do.
We're under caution once again. 10 laps to go here in the Daytona 500. I believe that puts Cam Smith on the lead lap, actually. So, welcome to the lead lap, Cameron Smith. His name's not Cameron. His name isn't actually Cam at all, but anyway. The lights on the pace car are off, so we are going to be going green with 9 laps to go on the Daytona 500. Lots of people up here looking for their first win in the 500. Lots of people looking for their first win in DSRA in general.
Base weights are out once again. Kyle Watts once again leading us to the green, followed by Santiago, first time being second on a restart. Then Thomas Rosenthal, a long-term driver. He had a bit of a break in DSRA, but he's back again. Tristan Grace, once again, one of them off and on again drivers. Joda Harrison, another on and off again driver, also rounding out your top 5.
It's going to be interesting. A lot of drivers who have not been at the front much this race. They've been at the back, kind of just chilling, vibing, getting a feel for it. They're at the front now, at the time it matters most. 10 laps to go.
Yeah,
Remember,
but
races can't end under yellow, so this is a really good
But
position to be in.
But is it too late for them? Will people have that confidence in them? Like, we don't really know if people are going to have confidence to go with them if they make an outrageous move. They've been seeing Kyle Watts, Carl Childress even go to the outside and make up positions. Are you going to trust someone who has been in the back all the time, not been influencing this pack at all?
I mean, if you don't have another choice, you might as well go for it. I mean, 9 laps to
they're
go.
already looking to the outside.
I don't think anybody wants to ride around. I don't think we haven't had much riding around in this race, but I don't think anybody wants to do it anymore. if they were trying to. It's crunch time now, baby. 3
Kyle,
wide already. Guys, come on. We just started.
Kyle Childress all the way back in the pack so far. He's just trying to keep.
No, Strong's
Now,
on there
as
wrecking
this
again!
spin-
The 12 and the 10 in the
Oh
fence!
my god.
Caution comes out once again. A couple of plows here. Oh, Cam. Cam, no.
Oh.
Thomas Troxel, Cam Smith. The 12 of Tristan Grace. Under caution again, and there is our caution with 10 or less laps to go in the Daytona 500. Tristan Grace instantly retiring, I believe, there. Fellas, what are we doing? What are we doing, fellas? Kyle Watts there confidently winning the race back. Let's take a look at what happened there. Three wide moments once again not paying off. Thomas Troxel hitting the wall there a little bit. Oh, and the 14 came down on the 12 and hooked him straight in the wall. Let's go on board there with the 14. These live streams are very real and raw. But here's Solos behind the 10. Give him a push into the corner. Bumper grab and netcode at the same time.
Oh. Just a deadly combination right there.
On board with the 12, if we didn't go on board with him already.
I don't know what Cam was thinking. He braked a little late for that.
Oh. Race absolutely ruined there for the 12. And yes, he has retired from this race. Our first retirement coming to the end of it. Let's take a look at the 81, who saw this wreck coming from miles away. Cars in the fence. They're coming down. I mean, you had a chance, buddy. You had a chance.
All right, and some surprising faces back up into the top 10. Winty, he's gunning back his positions. Giovanni is also back there, and then you have some not surprising but reoccurring faces. You have Jonathan Solos back up in the top 10. Joda Harrison remains here. Thomas Rosenthal, Santiago Flores, and Kyle Watts, who still remain.
Kyle Watts, I believe, has locked down the most laps led this season with this performance. This race. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm still stuck in Homestead. Sorry. He's locked down most laps led with this race. Pretty sure so. Another one of many bonuses he has locked down in his DSRA career on what could potentially be a third championship run.
Now, what could upset him is that the two cars behind him, not directly behind him, but Joda Harrison and Santiago,
Santiago.
they are two drivers who are teammates. Could we see that teamwork pay off, or will they mismanage it as we go back green at Daytona for what could be the final time?
6 laps to go here in Daytona. Kyle Watts leading very comfortably. Cars maybe have started to realize that maybe it's time to calm down. You know, maybe chill on the aggressive 3 wide moves. You want to make it to the end. If you want to win this race, first you have to finish. Or whatever.
Winty losing a lot of ground back there.
Carl Childress 3 wide. Come on, buddy. Get out of there. Thank you, Carl.
Carl and Winty are linked up. Not anymore. They are both trying to just find their way through all this mess right now.
The field has been whittled down. A lot less cars here now than there were at the start of the race, obviously. You know, wear and tear, crashes, and all that jazz.
Got a really squirrely behind Watts.
Very squirrely here from... Oh, and another car spinning. There goes Landon Lyle. That will not be a caution. He has a tire down, but that should not be a caution. As it's just a single car spinning. And as if there isn't a caution, that's Landon Lyle out of the Daytona 500 with 5 laps to go.
Oh, another car down to the inside. He got loose. Kyle Chodless, he's up in fourth right
Santiago
now.
looking like crazy down there going down the inside. Kyle Watts blocked successfully. There wasn't much to block, but he went down there to block it anyway. These guys are not fucking around. It is crunch time now this time. If it wasn't 5 laps ago, it is now.
Everybody here is looking for that Daytona 500. Kyle is looking for that first career win as they get squarely in front of him.
Follows into the wall.
He's free wide.
That's going to cost him big time.
He's stuck.
Oh,
on the
and there goes
outside. It's
Rosenthal.
wrecking.
Carl's at the
Carl's
fence.
involved.
Not again. No. Carl's upside down. Soup's in the wreck. So is
And that
number
might
9.
be the race.
Jerry's in the race. Jerry's in the shit. The race. This might end the race. It's 94 versus the 4. 94's got to try everything he can. This race will probably end under caution. This race will end under caution, I believe. 94 lives out of the inside. The 4 has him cleared by a mile. Kyle Watts will take the caution flag.
For what could be the final time this race.
Oh my goodness. Carl, he did everything right, man. Let's take a look at the replay. All right. Here's the replay. Carl on the top of 3 wide. A lot of squirreliness. The 14, I think, bumper grabbed the 94, and the 2 kind of hooked him, and there goes Carl in the fence.
Unfortunate.
Repeat of what happened in Talladega last season. Running good, running at the front, and just caught up in somebody else's mess. Let's take a look back at that. Let's take a look at Thomas Rosenthal's onboard. Squirrely, hit by the 2, and there he goes. What is he the 2's on board though? Joda Harrison. Car completely destroyed from that one. 46 was really squirrely. Way off pace, and Joda did everything short of hitting the brakes.
And the race has been called. Kyle Watts is your Daytona 500 champion.
On debut. On debut.
Once again, the debut man wins the race. And what a bitter defeat for those who couldn't contend for this. I mean, Kyle was the most consistent. Once again, he just shows just his raw pace. Like even despite this being a plate track, he just had the patience, the knowledge, what lines to and not block. Again, it just shows how leagues above he is of so many people.
And just like that, the prediction has happened. The Daytona 500 has ended under caution once again. I mean, it's becoming a trend now with the bigger field sizes, some more drivers hungry to take some wins away from other people. Can you do, I guess, go in to tell these guys that I do want to interview them, the top
Yep.
3?
Give me just 2 moments. I'll go and tell him. Oh, who's the top 3? Santiago.
It's
All right.
Watts, Santiago, Jelani.
User left your channel.
They will take the white flag this time, but this race is essentially official. So we'll go run through your running order for you as they run so far. Kyle Watts will, in about 2 to 3 minutes, be your Season 9 Daytona 500 champion. No repeat Daytona 500 winner again. That is a first time, his first attempt at the 500, and he's won it. Once again, Santiago Flores, I believe, on debut, finishing in P2. Jelani Howell takes 3rd. Winty Wolf, our defending Daytona 500 champion, backs it up. Doesn't back it up with a win, but a nice top 5 finish regardless. Jonathan Salos finishing in 5th. Kirsten Bell in 6th.
User joined your
Jeff
channel.
Dixon
All right.
7th. Friesen Rodriguez, who was involved in a lot of incidents in this race, finishing 8th. Dan Wilkins on debut, finishing 9th. Carson Muyung, our pole sitter, sits in 10th. 11th, our front row, finishing 10th and 11th, Zach Armstrong. P12 goes to Cam Smith. P13, Jerry Cook, very banged up right side of his car. P14, Skylar Calridge. P15, Super Racer 69 after being involved in so many incidents in this race. The person who was helped bring out that last caution, Thomas Rosenthal, finishing 16th. Landon Lyle with that spin coming to 5 to go, finishing P17. Joda Harrison on the pit road, as well as Carl Childress. That finishes our current running order. As they stand, 2 cars we lost from this race. We lost a lot of cars this race, actually.
Yes.
The 12, the 10, the 7, the 18, the 59, and the 60. Who was in the 60? Daniel Rodriguez. I don't believe he made the start.
So we're gonna we will interview from third to first, right? Or
Yes.
first to third. All right.
The white flag brought to you by Ethan Enterprises. I forgot to hit that thing because I was busily fucking yapping about our running order. Quite an unfortunate way to end our Daytona 500. But we've got the rest of the season to look forward to. A lot of great races coming up. I don't know what our next race is, honestly. I stopped caring about this league a long time ago.
Somebody's spinning back there.
That was Soup.
Oh,
Coming to the checkered flag here, Kyle Watts, officially your Season 9 Daytona 500 champion. He's done it all in DSRA, man. Absolutely amazing driving from this man. On debut, as stated before, big crash behind them to finish. Oh my god, Jelani's stuck in the fence.
well, that's a great cue to bring him in.
Drag that motherfucker in here.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello, Jelani. You
Hey,
are in the
Jelani.
booth.
I love that. So, P3 in the Daytona 500. Ran up front most of the race. How you feeling right now? Wait, does Jelani talk? I think that's
Jelani
better.
May not talk.
I
All
think
right.
that's better.
So, how do you feel that Kyle Watts is walking home with the win, Jelani? Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to censor that one.
Well,
All right. Well, it's been a nice talking to you, Jelani. All right, I'm gonna move you back.
we'll see you next season.
User left your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
Where is Santiago Flores?
User joined your channel.
He did that alone sound when he got moved back.
User was moved to your channel.
Well, Santiago,
Do you
you
speak?
are in the booth.
Does he not speak?
He was speaking when I went in there earlier,
Santiago, please.
so I'm assuming he had left to go do something. That is unfortunate. I will
Quite
move him
unfortunate.
back.
All right.
User
get
left
Kyle
your
in here.
channel. User was moved out of your channel.
Is he burning it
User
down?
joined your
Oh,
channel.
he is burning it down. Hell yeah.
User was moved to your channel.
And Kyle Watts, you better speak. It has
What's
been a
up?
disappointing
Yes!
interviews.
Yes!
There
What's
we
up,
go.
guys?
Thank you. Kyle fucking Watts. You fucking done it again. You're an amazing driver. Holy shit. 2-time back-to-back champion of DSRA. Now Daytona 500 winner, man. How you feeling?
It's great, dude. You know, first Daytona start, got the win. So let's go.
Yeah.
That is the trend after all. You are the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 7th driver to win it on debut out of 9. So, congratulations on that. Most laps led, I believe, as well. I mean, but last season, at the start of the season, you missed a good chunk of races and you still pulled out the championship. This season, kicking it off with the win. Are you doing it again? Are we going to see another Kyle Watts title?
If I make all the races, yeah.
I mean,
have to
last
see.
season you showed you didn't even have to make all the races.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you
true.
made the bare minimum amount of races and you still won it. I mean,
How many did I make last season? Like 10, 9?
10.
Alright, I'll do it in 9 this time.
All right, bet. So we'll see you in 4 weeks, son.
Yep.
All right, cool. So, Mace,
User
how
left your channel.
Oh. Gone
User was moved out of your channel.
just like that?
User joined your channel.
All right.
Well then,
And unfortunately, that is all we have for today. Hopefully, we'll be back next week. I'm hoping this. So this was a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, but not as much as I was predicting.
I mean, it was an incredible race altogether. The chickens did definitely start losing their heads at the end of the race, but as is tradition here in DSRA at the Daytona 500, any
Well, let's
closing
face it, NI.
any closing
Tr-
statements out of you, Kalen?
Drunk driving is cool in NI 2003.
Is Duel on there? Can we get Duel in here?
Yep, I'll bring Duel in here.
Bring that
User was
motherfucker in
moved
here.
to your channel.
Let me unmute him.
You may want to unmute him.
Yeah, I might want to unmute him. So Duel, how you doing?
Hello. Doing all right. How about you?
Another Daytona 500 in the books. Kyle Watts won it. I mean, shit. Is there anything this man can't do?
No, we can't stop him.
Is the 3 back-to-back champions inevitable? I mean, fuck.
It's over. It's so over.
Like, what is your opinion, I guess, on the overall, I guess, what went down with this race, how everything went down?
First 30 laps is probably the best play racing we've able to get in terms of not dying every 3 seconds. And then the last 20 laps when we went back to the norm. So, like 70% of this race, perfect. That last 30% at the very end, season 4 is back.
And Carl Childress once again going home without a trophy. And just like Talladega last season, running a really good race, honestly, getting it ruined there at the end. I mean, he's shown he can do it at the plate. He's shown that he can get to the front at the plate tracks. Is it coming for Talladega? Is it coming home?
No.
And for
There you have it,
91
folks.
starts, Carl Childress remains winless.
And Brayton
fatherless.
Laster did not make the start.
He didn't even show up, bro. All of Bryson's work for nothing.
Well then.
Now be
And
it for the day.
I believe that is all from us here in DSRA today. Kyle Watts once again taking the win. Your top 3, Santiago Flores and Jelani Howell. My name is George, the sick-ass motherfucker. Not sick as in cool, sick as in I'm fucking coughing. Please help me. Kalen, of course, my good friend,
Hi.
the Canadian. And Duel, of course, the league owner at DSRA.
I have a bomb.
Nobody
There's a bomb.
likes him.
Gonna
That's why
explode.
George didn't say he's a friend.
Yeah, fuck that guy, he sucks. We'll
Yeah.
see you. We might see you guys next week. I don't know, depending on my work schedule. That is all from us.
User
We'll
disconnected
see
from
you
your
the next
channel.
race.
Look, there's my home, there's my world. See, it's the flower, mine is lost. Beyond space, beyond time, give me a fire, clear my mind. Tale of love, so divine. You are human, just like now. I can see it in the dark. Take my hand and bring me back.
Disconnected.